What's up, guys? This is Jeff here. Today is Tuesday, January the 21st, 2025. How is everybody doing today? How is everybody feeling about the first trading session under Trump's administration? Well, apparently the major indexes reacted to Trump's presidency in a very strong way. As you can see, Dow is up a little more than 1.2%. Nasdaq is over more than 0.6%, and SPY 500 is up nearly 0.9%. Well, I would say, today, the first trading hour in the day was a little bumpy. All of the three major indexes were up at the beginning of the day and then had a little bit kind of bumpy journey in the first hour, I would say. If we look at Nasdaq, during the first trading hour, Nasdaq went down even into the red zone, was lower actually than previous trading day. But after the first trading hour, especially, we said many times, the first trading hours most likely were dominated by, all of the retail investors, right? Like us. We didn't really know what's the morale of the market for the day. We didn't really know the direction. We didn't want to wait for institutes come in and show us how they think about today's market. So we were kind of eager and busy of trading during the first trading hour, which is highly not recommended. But then after first trading hours, the indexes was really stable and going up all the way. Especially for the last kind of couple of hours, the indexes were actually really kind of flat, I would say, at the highest point of the day. And it closes out at nearly the highest point during the day. So first trading day under Trump's administration was quite strong. And again, I talked about that kind of tendency, kind of like the trend of the market, how the market reacted to the new elected president get into the White House and become president officially. The first kind of week, month, normally the market should go pretty well, right? The market certainly had some kind of expectations about new economy policies, executive orders, so on and so forth. So from that sense, the market tends to give the new president a little more flexibility and put their hope really at high level. That's the reason why today is kind of, going up all the way, and hopefully this trend can continue in the following days in this week. Now, let's jump right into our account review. I talked about that a little bit during the day. I said, because the indexes were up and the individual stocks that we are holding performing pretty strong, right? And as a result of the day, you guys can see we actually are up 2.66% in terms of dollar amount. We are actually up more than 4,100. Another very strong trading day for us. If we look at our account value for now, we are 158,900 something. We are very close to 9,000 overall as our profit, right? We started from day 1, 2025. Right now is the 21st day. Of course, we only had 12 trading day because this is the 12th episode for this series of video, right? So within 12 days, we are up nearly 9,000. I think I'm pretty okay with it, right? I say it basically in every single episode, but I really mean it, right? I really think, investing on stock market, it's really about you fully understand what's the nature of the market, right? A lot of investors may think, well, you only got 2%. I only invest 3 stocks, and all of them are up more than 5%, so my account performance is way better than yours, right? Some of the investors may have this kind of thought, but, investing on stocks is really not a 100-meter race. It's a marathon, right? In the long run, how you should balance your account, how to balance your stock holdings in terms of industry variations, right? How to balance your account in terms of the cash versus stock ratio, how to handle risk management. All those important things kick in and will eventually give you either positive or negative result, right? I always say, like, investing on stocks, I don't really consider it gambling, right? I mean, if you want to gamble, you probably have very close to 50%, even though it's a little less. You can find those games in casino, of course, but stock investments, it's really about understanding the market, understanding the industry, and understanding the individual company as well as the stocks, right? So, again, very happy about today's performance, 2.6% increase for the account value. I guess easily beats the index performance for the day. If we look at individual stocks performance, again, every day I talk about Micron, simply because it's the largest holding in my portfolio. And again, MU had one more time solid day, I guess. Another 3.4% increase. Don't want to spend more time on this one because everybody has heard about my opinions about this chip semiconductor industry as well as Micron as an individual stock, right? The China ETF, again, is the third largest one. I guess the trend for FY and it's clearly strong. I would say that. We had a tough period of time at the beginning of the year because it's kind of prolonged decision process, which is under expectations of the market for the governments out there to launch more detailed, specific economy policies. But then when it's getting kind of closer to the Chinese New Year time, now the market pick up the hope again and trying to drive the market going up, right? Recently in both the mainland markets as well as the Hong Kong markets. The second largest holding, as you guys know, American Airlines. Overall, airline company had another great day. Trump talked about a number of things during his inauguration, right? I will spend more time, of course, in my daily live broadcasting show. I talk about that in Chinese, but in this English video, I'm gonna gradually pick up some of his critical comments, critical ideas in terms of economy policy or foreign policy, which is gonna impact different individual industries, so on and so forth, the stock prices, right? Today we talk about airline companies together with cruise lines. Well, Trump said, for all of the oil companies, drill baby drill, which means go ahead and get as many oil as we can. We are taking the glory of being the number one exporting country for oil and energies, right? So that means we will have a surplus of oil supply, and that means the oil price very likely, I would say very likely, will go down, and then that will help two things. One, inflation, right? When your production materials like oil prices going down, potentially it gives you better position to price your final products and charge the customers. And secondly, for those oil heavy industries, right, like airlines, like cruise lines, because they use those oil as their actually energy to fly their flights, to ship their cruise line, it will benefit from lower price of the oil. And then again, airline companies goes up significantly one more time, one more day. One thing to call out is actually, for example, American Airlines will release its earnings in this week, right? It's gonna be kind of attention drawing thing. I'm not saying that American Airlines or United Airlines will give another very similar strong earning reports like Delta, especially given airline companies' price has been driven higher after Delta's earning, right? But I think overall, talking about their financial performance, it should be really high level of hope there, right? Do we need to trade it before the earning release, or we should trade it after hours, right after, or like when the market just opened right after the earning report was released? We will see. Very likely, we may have some trading activities on airline stocks. As you can see, is being the second largest holdings in my portfolio, and it's been over more than 60%. So I'm totally fine, to release, to actually sell some of the stocks from the existing holdings to realize the benefits. So we will see. It will be a potential trading activities ahead of us in the next couple of days. Other than that, I think every industry was pretty strong. Again, AMSL, following the trend of, for example, Taiwan Semi, which is up very big today, as well as Micron, we just talked about as another key player in the industry. Another good day for ASML. Another big success contributor is SIDU. The reason for that is, as you guys know, SIDU positioned its company in the space exploration industry, and exploring space was actually mentioned by Trump during his inauguration speech. Exploring space is one of the key objects, or one of the key goals, one of the key achievements Trump and his administration want to accomplish during his presidency. And of course, when Trump talked about that, the camera captured Elon Musk, who was spending really big, right? That is understandable. So as a result of the interest strongly shown, demonstrated by Trump, then SIDU or some other space exploration industry stocks were up pretty big for today. For example, the one that I also talked about a lot, LUNR, is also up nearly 24%. So with SIDU, it contributes a little more than 1,200 for today, totally happy, and say the return rates is very close to 100%. I was thinking of sell some of that during the trading day, but I think it's just the first day after this industry was highlighted by Trump. It might be some continuation increase later in future. So again, didn't really sell any, and see if we can achieve 100% profit return mark. Unity is used to perform pretty good during the day as the result of upgraded by Morgan Stanley. Target price was raised to $26. But again, I don't really think this kind of evaluation from the institutes strong enough. Often enough, their evaluation turn out to be either over optimistic or a little conservative, right? And I don't really sell or buy stocks according to the ratings from institutes. So I decided to hold it. Long run, do I believe Unity has a chance to go big? Yes, I do. But it highly depends on the new leadership team, what kind of company strategies they will come up with. And if the market investors are satisfied with the new strategy, saying the new leadership team is correcting previous leadership's mistake, then the price is supposed to go up in the next 3 months or half a year, because Unity had a pretty tough year of 2024. So let's cross finger and see what we are gonna receive, what type of the messages we are gonna receive in this earnings season from Unity. Other than that, everything goes pretty healthy, I would say. I didn't really hear so much about basic materials like steel industry. The drama is still going on if CLF gonna buy X. Nobody knows. But I think for sure these kind of things will be sent to Trump's desk and ask for his approval or review or kind of, high-level coordination or cooperation, to make sure the entire steel industry in America has better competitive advantage over other foreign companies, steel companies, right? Foreign country steel companies, right? And potentially, when we talk about tariff increase, when we talk about tighter foreign trade policy, hopefully steel industry will benefit directly from that policies. All right, this is pretty much for the summary for today. One more time, I'm pretty happy about today's account performance. Do not have any trading activities take place for the day. As usual, I will show you guys, to show that we didn't either buy or sell on today. But as I mentioned, when the earnings season approaches, there might be some consideration of selling some of the stocks, realizing benefit, putting the benefits into the pockets, reduce risk, so on and so forth. But let's talk about it later, right? Probably we will start from American Airlines. All right, this is pretty much for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this one, and hopefully your account performance is also performing as good or even better than mine. Without more, I will see you guys tomorrow.